What's up guys, Hades here. So, Thorn armor just came into the game. All the whales have it. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. And I want to dive into this skill and let you guys know how good or bad it is and if you should get it or not. Because I get these questions a lot on the legendary skills. Do I need this? Do I want this? Where should I put it? I'm going to break that down right here in this video. So, kicking it off, what does this even do? At the start of the battle, grant Thorn Aegis to all allies, reducing physical damage received by 6% and at max rank is 20. So you're going to receive 20% less physical damage on your entire team the whole fight because this is a passive. I believe this is an aura. Is this not an aura? No, it's not an aura. So you can actually stack it. It's just a passive, which is actually makes it a little bit better. Now, there's a condition. When the target gains counterattack effect, additionally grant spiked armor reflecting 20% of damage back to the attacker. Reflection occurs before damage calculation. Now, because there's two pieces to this skill, we need to break down each piece. 1, 20% physical damage reduced for the entire fight, because it's just a passive, it's not a grace or a blessing. This is very decent across the board, right? There's a big Medusa meta. There was an Apollo meta. This would have been good in both of them. However, the second piece of it, the counterattack effect, granting the spiked armor, it only reflects it back to the attacker, and it's only 20%. And I'm going to tell you right now, it looks broken. It's not, okay? I'm going to show you because we have all the data we could ever need right here in Thorn Supreme. If you didn't know, you can just go to the rankings and look at any of the Mega Whale's last 10 matches. And guess what? Most of these players have it, okay? Now, the reason I'm going to click on a few certain ones is I know they have it. Both of these players have it. And of course, we want to be putting it on Tengu because he provides counterattack effect. There's actually only two heroes in the game, El Cid and Tengu, who can apply it. Now, I've made a whole video on Tengu. I think Tengu is terrible. I think he is the worst legendary by a lot, and I think he shouldn't be in the main marches. The reason he's in the main marches is that the whales are testing. Now, does he soft counter Alex? Yes. Is he pretty decent? He can work, but I just don't like him. I think what he does doesn't make sense, and I'll break it down just a little bit. So, you're only going to get the Thorn armor when the counterattack's effective. So he has to ult, then you get the counter effect, and you're going to stack them, right? They're going to both happen. But because we have all these reports, I get to see exactly how much Thorn armor actually deflected. So we look at stats, and we click on Tengu, and we can see damage. Thorn armor activated 3 times and did 300 damage. Basically nothing, right? Pretty much just reflecting the autos. But of course, this is not a main team. So let's see the main team, right? Here's main versus main. We look at the stats, and guess what? They both have it. Tengu on the Medusa side, Thorn armor did 700, and then both front lines get it. So it's 700 plus 500, you know, just over 1 million. Oops. And on the other side, Thorn armor did 500,000 and 600,000. So it did 1 million. Think about the percentage of damage 1 million is to the entire effect, right? You should not be looking at this as a damage item. It's very similar to attack and defense. When you put attack and defense on Anubis, it only does maybe 1 million. In a good matchup or against easy players, it's going to do like 2 or 3 million. It's not the idea or the identity of shieldmen and defenses to be doing damage. They don't do damage. That's not their role. Their role is to protect the team. And it just doesn't really do either. Now, if you need the armor, right, the physical damage reduction, it is decent, right? And in this particular example, we have a Tengu versus Medusa and a Tengu versus Medusa. So are we getting value of reducing Medusa's damage by 20%? Yes, we are. However, I think there's a lot of better ways to do that, like Oak Guard. There is no Oak Guard on any of these teams, right? Beginning 20 seconds determines a match a lot, and Oak Guard defends you way more. Now, of course, if the fight goes longer, then it is pretty valuable. And I've seen a few others hold it, but I want to give a few more examples. Let's see here. I believe both players are using it. Yes, here's the Anubis. I don't like Thorn armor not on Tengu, but technically you still get 20% reduced damage the whole time. And it's not an aura, so you can stack it with auras. Here is main versus main. And we can look at the stats. Tengu got Thorn armor 0.5 mil and Thorn armor 400, so 900,000. And there's going to be no report here on how much damage it did because it can't do damage unless you have counterattack. So that's what I was talking about. If it's not on Tengu or El Cid, it's really bad, right? It has very, very low value. I've been scrolling through, researching for this video, lots and lots of reports with lots of different players, and I just think the Tengu side is so much weaker on average. You can go look for yourself, right? Because these 10 matches change all the time because they're constantly hitting each other. And I've been looking the past couple days and it doesn't look that good, right? Can it win? Yeah, like here's a win. But is it consistent? Not really. Here's the Thorn armor 800 and 600. 1 million damage is almost nothing. You're pretty much exclusively using it in this Medusa meta. And if you haven't looked, the recent KVK, we can look at the rankings. And you can click on every top player. It's going to be Medusa all the way down the line, pretty much without exceptions for the top, 15 or 20 players. Literally every single one is using Medusa. So Thorn armor has good value because you're reducing Medusa damage, Alex damage, and Ares damage. However, the top 10 players are not the entire player base, right? When you start to go down, well, then you're going to start to see a lot more Lokis, right? Loki, 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 right? And then you see the difference in power. The top guys are using Medusa, and then those second tier guys are using Loki. Doesn't mean Loki's weaker. It just means that's the meta that these players have set themselves in. There is a time and a place for Loki, and when everyone starts to stack like this, then that makes Loki just that much stronger. So don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for the new items. It's really for Tengu only. It can work in certain scenarios. There are other ways to get around physical damage carries. All in all, it's decent. I give it probably like a C or D tier. I'm probably going to come out with a tier list soon and show you where it lands on that one. But yeah, if you like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.